the sun and the moon line up together and beam their light to the earth. So they're a vibrational frequency. We're energized by the planets here. You know, the planets move the oceans, the energy of the cosmos moves, you know, the water. It also moves our spiritual energy. It moves us. And so when the sun and moon come together in a certain sign and place in astrology, it has a particular kind of energy. And it's really cool to know what that energy is, because then we can align our own programming, right? Like we get the juice from the cosmos. Okay, here's this juice. We can send it through our chakra system to create, as creators, whatever it is that we want. This is the new moon of Capricorn. And in the new moon of Capricorn, this is the energy of discipline. It's the energy of structure. It's the energy of organization. It's the energy of getting your act together. It's the energy of creating the structure and the foundation of your future for the coming year ahead. How do I create what I want rather than what I fear? Because fear and love are the powers of the cosmos. Fear and love. Fear creates destruction and negativity from second chakra. You know, it's the energy of Shiva, creativity and destruction. And creation, beautiful things, creating beauty. So we have great power in recognizing, okay, what's my programming creating over here that I don't like? Something's happening in my life. Some person's behaving a certain way. My money situation is a certain way that I don't like. My health is a certain situation that I don't like. My relationships are in this, you know, kind of pattern and I don't like. We have the power of the cosmos streaming in to shift our programming and focus in a different way. And so it's very valuable to recognize how we feel right now about a certain subject. I feel this way. And a lot of us like to sweep our feelings under the rug. Oh, a spiritual person isn't supposed to hate. Isn't supposed to feel hate, right? And there it is. Oh, there's this energy. Okay, what thoughts are creating that hate? Because our emotional being is a result of what we're thinking. Wow, how can I love instead? What can I love about this situation? There has to be something. There has to be something. Because there's nothing that's so horrible that there's nothing good about it in any way. So the more we can focus on the good, the more the good increases. The more it increases, and then it gets better, and then it gets better, and then it gets better, and then some rascal over here causes trouble. And the more we focus on them, the worse it gets. And then it gets bad and bad and bad and bad, and until finally something changes. We don't have to go through all of that. Hey, there's something weird feeling over here. What would I rather have? What would I rather have? Sort of like you're out there on a golf course, and you choose a certain club. And then you pick up the club, and then you do your release. And then the ball goes. And the ball is like the future. And where it goes and how it goes is dependent upon which club you pick up. And how you use it. Same thing with our future life, our future circumstances. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I doing? What are these vibrations going to project into the future? We have chakra energy that we can redirect. And it will be this power to help you structure your own world to create a better year next year than it was this year. And some of us have had a very good year in some areas, and some of us have had not such good energies in other areas. And so your angels say often you focus on what's wrong and you pick at it, rather than focusing on what's right and how do I change to have that? How do I change? What do I need in order for that to take place? And Spirit says sometimes it's an action, sometimes it's a way of thought, sometimes it is a healing of an old habit to create a new habit. How do you create a new habit? You don't go into the old way. You stop yourself. In that moment, if the thought is thinking, oh, it's not a good idea, I shouldn't be doing this, stop. If the mind is like, wee, go for it. Because whatever we feel is true for us. If we feel, I shouldn't eat this cake because, I shouldn't eat this cake because, and you give your reasons because, then don't eat the cake. But if you can eat the cake and lusciously eat the cake and love it and say, this is so good and I love this, and it's perfectly fine for my body. Spirit says if we can do that, we can do anything. This is not going to harm me at all. Wouldn't it be nice if I eat this piece of cake and actually lost 5 pounds? Those thoughts, Spirit say, give reality. There is no truthier truth, they say. There is no truthier truth. It isn't true. Things are true for the moment, and then the moment is gone. So it's always a good idea when you have a reading from someone who's predicting something to say, well, what can I shift in my energy to make a difference? Because I don't like that. Like you don't have to go out of the reading thinking like you're doing. New Moon in Capricorn is about discipline and structure for yourself. If you have bad habits with finances, how can you get that in order? Pay attention to your finances. How is it that I'm using my money? So as Capricorn is about structure, how can I put structures in place such that my life flows? That 2015 is the best year ever. That all these areas of my life are really improving. That I'm feeling good about myself. That I'm proud of myself. That I'm happy that I'm getting my finances together. That I'm happy that I'm getting my body together. That I'm happy that I'm getting my relationships together. That what can I create? You know, sort of like an architect, Spirit says. Sort of like an architect builds a plan. They first draw it out. They draw it out and give it reality. And we don't want to pick on ourselves and write down, don't be late. Blanche. Don't be late. And then whip, 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 whip. We do that, whip, whip, whip. We go whip, 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 whip. Oh, there's a whipper. There they come. Now they're whipping me. Now I'm whipping them. And we're whipping each other. We do this, right? That bitch, that bitch, that bitch, that bitch. No more whipping. Praise. Praising ourselves and loving ourselves and petting ourselves like a luscious Persian cat. So, where am I? Because we're all in different places. Where am I? And how can I plan my next year now? And not like New Year's resolutions. The angels are saying, not like that. This is how. I want a beautiful, clean, and organized house, and I want to feel good around men, and I want to date interesting people, and I want to fill my house with love, and I want to feel good about my body and choose healthy things for me. I want my career to take off like a rocket. I want to have the courage to go for it, balls to the wall. I want to not be afraid of anyone. Courage and confidence and freedom and love, and we can draw it all out. We can write our plans. It's like not to be jealous of somebody else's chakras. Can't get in there. We really can't. But we have our own. What's my strength? Everybody has a different strength. We want to focus on our strength this month when we're creating our discipline plan for 2015. What are my strengths and how can I improve those?